Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Persona 4 Golden. Now it's time to move on and think about what's all happened. I feel very tired. Let's go back to our room and rest. Besides, tomorrow we have to hear everything that Namatame has done.
Welcome.
Hello.
It's been quite some time.
It's the Velvet Room,
Do not be alarmed. You are fast asleep in the real world.
Every
I
time
have summoned you
you say
within
that,
your
I get a little more alarmed,
Now
just so
then,
you know.
Your journey has taken you quite a distance thus far. Do you believe you'll be able to successfully solve this mystery?
I don't know.
With this being the very hour of your ordeal, it may not be so easily overcome. The precise destination of this vehicle, that too is getting rather hard to judge. If we continue driving blindly, we may end up leading you further away from the mystery that you must reach. Well,
What are
why
you
don't we
talking
take
about?
a moment to look back on your journey? It was for that purpose that I summoned you here tonight.
Okay.
Margaret?
Whoa.
What's right? What you should choose to do in life. The answers to those things lie within you.
Okay.
I'm going to think about my life and set my own path.
Alright.
We are experiencing the words engraved into your memory during your journey.
Failing to understand and
It all
failing
depends
to
on who you've
listen are
maxed out
rather
with. And if
different
I've only
things.
maxed out 2 people.
Alright,
Besides these guys.
let's go ahead and think this through as much as we
And the
need.
fox.
If
And
we leave
Anko and
any
Dojima.
unanswered questions behind, we'll just be lying to ourselves.
Right.
I'll think as hard as I can and try to help.
Come on, we've accomplished this much together, haven't we?
Right. Together.
Right.
And it seems you have comrades with you as well. Those heading in the same direction through this dense fog.
Excuse me. Seems the car has stopped moving.
We'll be parked for the moment while I confirm our current heading.
As I
Okay.
mentioned previously, this year will signal a great change in your life. Though there isn't much time left, it can be worth your while to take the time to stop and reflect.
People are like water flowing in a river. There is only one stream, but all who pass through it are affected differently. Some travel fast, some change their course, experiencing countless events as they travel down the river of time.
You're right, Margaret.
Just so. The
Just
state
so.
of this room reflects the scenery of your heart. Perhaps this may be a time for contemplation rather than action.
Right. Doorbell? How come this car have a doorbell? Someone's at the door, apparently. I'm coming.
Teddy's missing.
Oh boy.
I looked all over the neighborhood, but I couldn't find him anywhere.
I'm worried.
Yeah, me too. He was acting all weird lately. Rise and the others are checking inside the TV to see if he's gone back to the other side. We're meeting pretty soon, so will you come with me to Jeunesse?
Yeah. Where could have Teddy gone? Why is he not here? Stupid bear. I'm sure he'll be back here soon. Right? I mean, Okay, seriously, if he said Rise and the others went to check the TV, how come we were only waiting for Rise and
It's
Kanji?
no use, man. We can't find him.
No luck for me either. I didn't sense anything over there. The fog's so dense it might be affecting my readings. I wish I could do better. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Ted.
You did your best.
Don't tell me he really went back to his world this time. We told him over and over that he could stay here.
We did. Serious dream you had last night. This may be a time for contemplation rather than action. Well, he'll be back for sure.
Yeah. We'll just have to believe in him for now. He plays dumb a lot, but he's attached to us deep down. He wouldn't disappear without saying anything, right?
Right.
I'm worried for
He'll be
Teddy
fine.
myself, but let's trust in him and await his return. Right now, we must concentrate on the case. It won't be long before Namatame is transferred to another location. We must hurry, or we will miss our only chance to get his perspective on this.
I agree.
You know, I've been thinking about the case since, but something just doesn't seem right.
Let's quickly review the facts. Of all the victims, only 2 were killed. Miss Yamano the announcer, and Saki-san. From the documents we
Right.
found in the car, we know Namatame had some sort of dealings with them. After that, there were multiple attempted murders in which we were targeted. It was only when he took Nanako-chan that we caught him in the act, identifying his modus operandi in the process.
Morundus
Funny how you
operandi.
put it like that.
I like that word.
Sounds like the dude's guilty.
Right.
As a result of
But-
Namatame's arrest, the police admitted that Mitsuo Kubo was a mere copycat killer.
Back up to yesterday.
Yeah.
Remember when you said Namatame didn't have a motive to kill the announcer? That's what's bothering me.
Right. Either he's completely nuts, or we're misunderstanding something.
You lost me.
She's trying to say that if Namatame is sane, then there may be facts in the case we don't know about yet.
Sane or insane? Sounds like a play I saw before.
When he talks about saving people, what does that actually mean? I don't think there's any doubt that it includes kidnapping people and throwing them into the TV.
Yeah.
Could he mean saving them through death? He did call himself a savior and
He
said that
did.
the other side is a wonderful world.
So they'll be saved if they die? What a bunch of crap! The bastard should have gone and saved himself. What do you think, Senpai?
There's something else.
If you think about it normally, it's gotta be him. But there ain't nothing normal about that world anyways.
True.
There's something I've been wondering about for a while. When we first
really?
encountered him, he said, "You're the ones I saved. Don't worry, I'll save this girl too." So, if he saves people by killing them, did he save us too? Wouldn't he actually have failed to save us?
You raise a good point. If
Why
he
did
thinks
she
that
have to raise
salvation
it,
comes
though?
only through death, his words to
Seriously,
us make no
couldn't it have
sense.
been like
And another
anyone
thing,
else?
the Namatame who appeared on the Midnight Channel said he failed to save Nanako-chan.
Well, maybe he really was trying to save the victims by putting them inside the TV. Come on, don't get all quiet like that. You guys know I just say the first dumb thing that pops into my head.
The possibility that he truly intended to save us.
But he's still the one who threw in Saki-senpai and that announcer, right? Sure, we haven't nailed down his motives, but that doesn't change the fact that he killed them. Or what? You think someone else was
True.
involved? What makes you think so?
There has to be something. What about the warning letters?
Warning letter? Oh yeah! Whatever happened to that thing?
If Namatame's the killer, he must have been the one who wrote it, right?
Let's review them.
Alright. Second one said, if you don't stop the killing, someone close will be put in and killed.
Yes, that's right.
Isn't that kinda odd? Would someone who thinks he's saving people by killing them write stuff like, don't rescue or kill?
Yeah, and the will be put in and killed part doesn't make sense either. If the killer was writing it, wouldn't it be more like, I'll put in and kill?
Hey,
You're right.
could this mean?
That's... Namatame didn't write them.
Yeah. It's almost like someone else wrote this letter.
But only the killer would write such a letter and deliver it to Dojima-san's house, right?
Right.
If someone else wrote it, that could only mean...
Dear God. Since this is such an unusual case, I was absolutely convinced that other than the Kubo incident, there was one culprit.
So, Namatame really was trying to save his victims?
Everything is exactly the opposite of what it first seemed. In Namatame's parlance, failing would have been the first two cases when the victims died. If he had used his method twice and failed both times, he would hardly have continued using the TV. And yet he did. It all seems to suggest that someone else wrote this warning letter while observing the entire case.
Someone else? Then it wasn't Namatame that killed Saki-senpai and the announcer?
We can't say for certain yet. We urgently need to speak with Namatame face to face.
One step closer to the truth. Rank up in Judgmental.
How though? After what happened yesterday, they said they're gonna tighten security.
I have a plan, but there's no time to waste. Let's hurry to the hospital.
I agree.
Hey, this place is off limits.
I'm a consultant with the police. I'd like a few words with Namatame-san. May I go in?
This is Unit 252, requesting confirmation on an ID. Name of Naoto Shirogane. Huh? Ah, understood. I see. Well, you're on the list. I can give you a few minutes, but I'll have to record your conversation with him for security purposes. Not that I expect you'll get anything coherent out of the guy. He's been spouting nothing but gibberish.
Still want to talk to him.
I'd like him to accompany me as well. He has no identification, but this is an emergency situation, and he's here in Detective Dojima's stead.
Yeah, I'm here.
Detective
He's my
Dojima
uncle,
sent him?
so I know everything
I
about
wasn't
police
informed
work,
of this.
so...
I'll
No
vouch for his
problem.
identity.
Well, I guess it's better than dealing with the man himself. We have our hands full with the transport procedures, so the last thing we need is Detective Dojima running wild. Detective Adachi is busy somewhere too.
You don't want Dojima to be
This is
mad
Unit
at
252.
you.
Huh? I see.
Has something happened?
There's something about a suspicious object out in the lobby.
Ah, well then, this works out nicely. You should back up your colleagues downstairs. We'll keep watch over Namatame-san. A disturbance in a hospital lobby, after all. It sounds serious.
Right, you should probably
If
check.
anything happens, hit the nurse call button. I'll leave the rest to you.
Understood. Please be careful. I knew they were undermanned, but I didn't expect it to go this smoothly.
Wow!
There's nothing much inside that suspicious object, so he won't be gone long.
All right, and now's our chance to talk to Namatame.
Namatame-san, there's something we'd like to ask you.
Yeah.
It's tempting to think that you were the culprit behind this entire case. And to be honest, there are many in this town who hope you are. But we are here to learn the truth. So please, answer our questions.
Huh?
Alright, he's understanding us. That's good, that's good. What should we ask him? Who did you throw in first?
Huh? Me?
Alright. Okay, alright. Did you kill those two girls?
They were killed.
Yes, they were.
I couldn't save them.
Okay, okay. Is saving killing people? Let's get to the big picture here.
No. If nobody saves them, they'll be killed. That's why.
I see, I see.
I put them in there.
Then tell me if my estimation is correct so far. After discovering the Yamano and Konishi incidents, you realized an appearance on the Midnight Channel meant certain death. Thus, to save her from that fate, you kidnapped Yukiko Amagi. You couldn't let her be killed, so you threw her into the TV, preventing the killer in this world from reaching her. And you repeated the process, as more individuals appeared on the Midnight Channel. It all falls into place. His body is weak, but his mind is sound. He's trying to tell us the truth.
Yeah, but if the stuff he's saying is true...
Right.
There's another killer who murdered the first two victims?
Indulge us in a few more questions.
Alrighty. Who killed the first two?
I have no idea. I want to know that too.
Alright, okay. Alright, why did you enter the TV?
I didn't know. I never thought it would be that kind of place.
Okay, okay. Why the warning letters?
What are you talking about?
As I thought.
You...
Mm-hmm.
believe me? Did
Right,
they
we
find
do.
him? Did they find the one who did such cruel things? Mayumi.
Please calm down. Our ability to find the culprit rests on you.
Right.
We know about the other world. In fact,
Hold on a
we're
second.
the only ones who can fully understand what you have to say.
Only... you?
We did blame you for everything at first. But now I think we can accept whatever you got to tell us as truth.
Please, tell us everything you can, calmly and slowly.
You're willing to listen? Do my story? All right. Soon after my affair with Mayumi became common knowledge, I returned to my parents' home, as if to run away from the scandal. And I started drinking heavily to drown my anxieties. I hadn't been able to reach Mayumi at all, and that didn't help either. Mayumi, where are you? She'd been disgraced on all the afternoon shows, and forced to resign from the program she was on. I caused her so much trouble. I wanted to at least apologize to her, but I couldn't even do that. I lost the will and energy to do anything. Then, one day, the rumor I heard some time ago came back to me. Since I had nothing better to do, I sat down blankly in front of the TV and watched my own reflection. And all of a sudden, there was Mayumi. Mayumi? Is that you? The Mayumi inside the TV looked as if she was calling to me for help. Mayumi? Mayumi! When I reached out unthinkingly to touch her, my arm disappeared into the TV, as if I had dipped it into a pool of water. I was so shocked that I lost my balance and nearly fell face first into the TV. I was so scared. I couldn't understand what just happened. I thought maybe I'd gone insane. In the end, I decided to think of it as just a dream, and I went back to the city the next day after finishing work. The next afternoon when I got to work, I was fired on the spot, as I expected. That wasn't what broke me, though. It was Mayumi being found dead. And not just that, but it had happened in my hometown. I was dumbstruck. But later on, I remembered the image of Mayumi I'd seen that night. Was it not a dream? Could it really have been an SOS from Mayumi? I hadn't touched another TV because the first time was so terrifying, but I decided to try it again, and I confirmed that none of it was a dream. So that image, was it something Mayumi showed me, calling for help? That's how I felt.
And eventually, you learned of the Midnight Channel.
I remembered that when Mayumi was alive, she was chasing a rumor about some bizarre TV program. I'd heard about it before, but I thought it was just an urban legend. But then Mayumi appeared on it, and later turned up dead. The more I thought about it, the harder it became to believe that the
Sorry
two
about
events
that.
were
There was like
unrelated.
a
Soon after that,
the dump
I came
garbage
back
truck
to
came
Inaba
by and
to
pick up
answer the
garbage, which was like
police's
right close to my
questions.
window
I'd
too.
lost my job, and
So yeah,
I
sorry
wanted to
about
know
that.
the truth of Mayumi's death for myself. Then,
Seriously, what can you do about it?
on another rainy night,
And I wanted to be
someone
quiet,
else
and plus I
appeared on
wanted
the
to be quiet when
Midnight Channel.
Namatame was explaining
It
his
was a
story
girl.
off
She
screen,
looked
so
like
it's
she
fine.
was calling for help.
Everything's fine now.
Just
Everything's
like
good.
Mayumi. The first thing that came into my mind was, maybe this girl will be the next to die.
And that was Saki-senpai.
Mm-hmm.
I'd been following all the news about Mayumi,
Oh wait,
so I
he's not
noticed
done
right
explaining
away
the story.
that
He's still
she
explaining the
was the
story, isn't
girl
he?
who found Mayumi's
Like, we're
body.
gonna go back to another
If my
flashback,
hunch
aren't
was
we?
right, she'd be the
So
next victim.
I went to the
I didn't want her to die the way Mayumi did, so I desperately kept watching.
Water.
I was consumed with the idea of rescuing her. Then, little by little, her image on the screen came into sharper focus.
It became sharper?
How did you find out it was her?
Yeah.
After I came back, my father couldn't bear to see me in such low spirits, and gave me a job with the family business. I met that girl when I delivered a package to the liquor store.
Ah, interesting.
After agonizing over it, I decided to meet her, and told her to be careful. But that same night, on the TV, she looked as if she was being engulfed by some black shape. She was writhing in pain. That's why I warned her. Why won't she pick up the phone? Come on, please! The next day, they found her dead.
Dun dun dun. Okay,
I
I'm
knew
sorry
she
about
was
that.
going to be murdered.
That was pretty bad.
But I couldn't
had
save her.
to. I had no
blamed
choice.
myself,
Okay, I did have a
thinking
choice.
there must have been something I could have done. There was no one who depended on me. Nobody at work. Not even my wife. Mayumi was the only one who accepted me for who I was. But she was murdered. And the same person killed another girl. I was beside myself. I couldn't forgive myself for doing nothing.
You really did love Miss Yamano.
He loved her.
Yes.
He really loved her.
From the bottom of my heart. Before I was married, my wife made it big in show business. I was happy for her, but it put a strain on our relationship.
I think I can kind of relate.
It was around that time when I met Mayumi. She was interviewing our candidate for the next election. She was a big-name announcer, but she only worked with local stations, and her attitude towards work was similar to mine. We both came from Inaba, so she was easy to talk to.
Oh, that's nice.
I knew it was wrong, but I couldn't help getting intimate with her. She gave meaning to my life. Soon after Saki-san was found dead, yet another girl appeared on TV. That was you.
Right. Oh, more flashbacks. Well, perfect, because it's fucking noisy in here.
She'll be kidnapped next. and murdered. I can't let her end up like Mayumi and that other girl. This time, I'm gonna do something. My opponent was a murderer who left no clues to his identity. I thought hard about what I could do to protect her from someone like that. I'll never convince her. If she gets suspicious and they arrest me, who'll save her then? The girl inside the TV looked as if she was smiling at me. And that's when it hit me. I apparently had the power to go through the TV screen to the other side. Then, what if I put her into the TV and give her shelter there before the killer gets her? What are you trying to tell me? That it's safe over there? Is that it? The girl inside the TV seemed to smile at me again. And I thought, no matter what kind of place it might be, it's better than being slaughtered. Once things calm down, I could just let her out again. If she's inside the TV, there's no way they can find her. It felt as if everything was starting to come together in my mind. Could it be that Mayumi gave me that power to prevent any more victims from meeting her fate? Was it my mission to save people? But there was a big problem. If I explained the situation to the victim, they wouldn't understand. I had already tried that and failed miserably. It seemed the only thing I could do was to take them away. If that was my mission, I'd just have to do it. Or so I thought. Mayumi, please lend me your strength.
Huh.
So,
It's very odd.
since you thought people who appeared on the Midnight Channel would be killed, you kidnapped us in order to save us.
Shut up, Yukiko.
Mission?
Yukiko.
Give me a break! You never
Let's just
stopped
come up
and
with the
wondered about
Yosuke and
any of this?
Yukiko ship name.
I felt
Yokiko.
I was the only one who could help them.
Yoshiko.
I did call the
Ew.
police, but they didn't believe me. I knew the area well.
No one's
Thanks to my
associated
job,
with Yukiko.
I had a large truck, and I could move around without suspicion.
Yeah.
I thought my job as a delivery man would be the perfect cover for my mission. I thought no one else could do it. But
It's kind of
are
hard.
you telling me
It's
that
kind of hard.
I
I
wasn't
can't
saving
tell if you
them?
can really hear it. Oh shit, that's too much. Too loud. Too
If a
loud.
person
Too
is still
loud.
within the TV world when the fog appears here, they will die. Beginning with Yukiko-san, the people you thought you had been saving were, in fact, in mortal peril.
Right.
It was my friends here who really saved us all.
Yo. What's up?
I had a feeling that was it. When I went after that little girl and entered the TV myself, for the first time, I had some doubts about myself.
Oh yeah.
You refer to Nanako-chan, correct?
Right. You're referring to her.
The police were after me, so I had to get away.
Understandable.
But I still felt I needed to do everything I could to save that poor little girl.
Yeah.
That's why I went in after her. But the TV world was completely different than I imagined.
Yeah.
Such an abominable, grotesque place. I knew that the three of you who I saved went back to your normal lives, so I didn't realize how terrible that world was. I never knew you couldn't even get out of that place on your own.
Yeah.
No. That's a cowardly way to put it. I'd probably already begun to realize that it was a dangerous place. If I hadn't, I wouldn't have gone to see you all.
This is a new scene.
CS? Wait,
It's somewhat hard to
talking about
tell
the
if that's a
concert we
new
did at
voice
Junette's?
actor or not. I mean, it's so much different from then
Yes.
when
I
he was
wanted to know
talking
why the
earlier.
ones I saved
Like you
were
can
all hanging
tell,
out
you
with
can
each
hear a
other,
little faint
and how
difference
much
in
you
the
remembered.
voices. I'm
But
pretty sure they're the
in
same
end,
person.
I couldn't
Because
bring
that'd be a
myself
little
to say
odd.
anything and ran home. I must have felt too guilty. But all the doubts and anxieties I'd been unconsciously
listen.
suppressing exploded out when I
It's a
entered
little
the
more high
television
pitched,
myself.
and then when it gets back
I
to
thought I was
normal.
going insane. I probably did. And you know the rest. When I came to, I was lying in a hospital bed.
You really were trying to save people.
But I ended up doing just the opposite.
See?
What a fool. I always wanted to enter the world of politics and become useful to
See,
society.
it sounds like the They
After
sound a
losing
little
my
bit different.
job and the woman
But
I
at the
loved,
same time, they could be
all
the
I had
same
left was this power.
person. They might be the
convinced
same person.
myself
They
that
just sound.
world was some
You
sort
can
of
really hear the
sanctuary,
distinct
and I
differences.
secretly believed
Like
myself
I'm pretty
to be a
sure.
hero.
Obviously, they had the voice actor for Chi and Teddy redo the whole lines
I
for
never
every game
doubted what
for
I saw on TV,
all their lines.
and believed everything was as I wanted it to be.
I don't remember if they
It's
had them
me
redo the whole
confronting
voices or
myself,
not, but they might
That's why
have.
I couldn't protect
I think they
them.
did.
I'm to
Then,
blame for
I
all
don't
of
know.
this.
I just don't know. What's done is done.
I suppose so. But the things I've
Yeah.
done are too serious to be brushed aside like that.
True.
I have no intentions of
But,
running away from my
you know
crimes. I'm prepared to face the consequences. Kidnapping is already a serious crime.
Okay.
And on top of that, I put all those
I really
lives
hope
in
you're not
danger.
picking up
I'm sorry.
the sound of the shower going on.
The Midnight
Obviously
Channel
someone,
and the other world.
like I'm in the
You
basement
can
of like a
hardly
house
be blamed for
complex
failing to
with
understand
like
them
4
properly. We must
apartments.
apologize to you as well.
And obviously
Had we let our emotions blind
I
us
do
to the
have like
truth,
neighbors. I
we
have
would have
like a
piled
house
all the
above me.
responsibility on you.
I don't think I was in the bathroom though.
I guess
but
from your
probably
point of
am,
view,
but I'm pretty
people
close to
did
it.
stop dying once you started
But-
saving people.
Come on.
The more you did it, the more you really believed you were preventing their deaths.
Jeez, I have no idea how long this thing was.
I'm such a joke.
Man, just what the fuck was that?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was just here
I'm getting
like
a
a
little
honking
tired.
sound. It sounded like a honking sound to me.
What are you all crammed in here for?
Oh, hello.
My apologies. We'll be leaving now.
Yeah, nothing bad
Wait.
happened.
I beg you, please, find whoever's behind this. You children are the only ones who know about that world.
Right. That's the plan. Oh, and now the water stops. Oh well.
It's all clear now. He never committed any murders. It was another party who threw the first 2 victims into the TV.
The police officer's still here, you know. Oh well. Take 3. There was a
Get
game.
out of here! I told you, he's almost ready to be transported. We can't have anything else happen.
Right.
I better not see you rascals here again.
Right. And go. Leave, officer. Leave. Hey,
Monaco-chan
Nanako.
looks like she's in pain. She's fighting for dear life.
Shut up, Yuko. Get the fuck away from me.
This was the last place we saw Teddy, right? He was so worried about her.
Yeah, he was.
How can he flake out like this when we have to find the real killer?
The police consider the matter closed. We'll have to do all the investigation from here on out.
Right.
Let's revisit Saki-san and Miss Yamano's incidents and see if we can turn up fresh details.
But it's been over 6 months. Wouldn't the trail be cold by now?
Well, who knows?
I know, but we can't give up. We're the only ones who understand what's really going on. And you never know. People might remember some things now because they've had so much time to think about it.
Right.
Let's split up and talk to people all over town tomorrow. We'll meet up in the evening to discuss our findings.
Right.
I hope we
Will
can
do.
find out something about Teddy, too.
Tomorrow you'll be going out to talk to the people in town. Will this finally help uncover the information that will lead you to the true culprit? Decided to go home early and get some rest. Yeah. So, 2 extremely long parts happened just now. Obviously, the big turnabout, and now Namatame's fate type, Namatame's story. But yeah, and I believe, yeah, like the 5th is going to be its own day too. So yeah, it's going to be its own part. I mean, so much stuff happens in this game close to the end, and even though we're close to the end, we're not actually close to the end, if that makes any sense. But anyway, in the next part of Let's Play Persona 4 Golden, we're going to talk. We're going to walk around town and talk to people. Okay, I'll see you all in the next part.